Well, folks, welcome back here to South Eugene High School as we get ready to go with Game 2 of today's doubleheader. Thanks so much for putting up with all the issues we're having with the video stream. Good thing we've got the backup of broadcasting here on good old-fashioned terrestrial radio. We're happy to have you however you might be tuning in for today's broadcast. Joey Kieran here back in the studio. Brenton Cranford with the radio production side of things. Well, we're getting ready to take a look at Game 2's lineup. We want to let everybody know if you've been watching today's action or if you've been listening on the radio, but you normally like to tune in and watch them, I do believe we are up and streaming on our Facebook page. This is going to be our Band-Aid to today's issue with the stream. So hopefully you guys can check it there and find the broadcast. We'll see if we can keep that up and running. But you can check us out on Facebook, 1490 The Score on Facebook. Just search for that. You'll find us there. Give us a like if you haven't already. You may be able to find more things like this going on. Hopefully we'll get our streaming stuff worked out here. But it does seem to say that we are streaming on Facebook. So go ahead and give us a follow there. We'll see how long that lasts. I do hope that it will continue throughout the entire game. If we have issues getting it to stay on, we'll give it our best to keep it going. But we'll play this one by ear as we figure out today's broadcast here. All right, well, while we've got a moment here, let's go ahead and run through today's Supercuts starting lineups for Game 2 of our doubleheader. Supercuts in the Steelhead Run Plaza across from Starbucks on Garden Valley Boulevard. Save time and check out styles online at supercuts.com. For the Roseburg Indians, head coach Troy Thompson, in his 16th year leading the program, will send out a starting lineup. Garrett Russell will lead things off playing in center field. At shortstop, batting second, it'll be Caden Johnson. The left fielder is the three-hitter. That's Doran Gillespie, followed by the DH, Brody Black, who will hit for second baseman Luke Van Norman. Batting fifth and playing at third in Game 2 will be Zach Mandera. Batting sixth and pitching will be Cody Johnson. At first base, Jonathan Stone will hit in the 7-hole, followed by the catcher, Terrell Jacks, hitting 8th. And rounding out the starting 9 will be the right fielder, Jet Black, batting 9th. Taking a look around the diamond, brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. For South Eugene here in Game 2, head coach Danny Sales will have Bryce Betcher on the mound. His battery mate will be Hunter Brown behind the plate. Out at first base will be Trey Nelson. At second base, Zach Minigat. Playing at shortstop here in Game 2 will be Dylan Edwards. At third base, we'll have Miller. And let me get his first name here. That is Caden Miller, playing at third base here in Game 2. And in the outfield from left to right, you've got Gordon Brunson in left. In center is Tristan Vidal, and in right field will be Devin McIrvin. And that is a look around the diamond brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union. We're getting ready for Game 2. The coaches are exchanging the lineups. Let's go ahead and take a quick 60-second break. We'll come back with our first pitch after this here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Douglas County is your home, but no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us. Through every adventure, we'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide. Through every triumph, we'll be there every step of the way with a home mortgage. And through all life's little quirks, we'll be there with one-on-one support to get you back on the road in no time. Neighbors are there for each other, and that's exactly who we are. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
And we come back here at South Eugene High School, getting ready to go for Game 2 of today's doubleheader. Joey Kieran here with you as we make our way towards first pitch. The South Eugene Axe will take the field. and get ready to go. They're wearing the home whites here today. The purple trim and offset. And it says Axeman across the chest. Of course, that's the old nickname for this South Eugene team. They've dropped the men portion of it, and they have gone with just the Axe going forward, as that decided this current school year. So they'll have probably some new uniforms coming up in their future here in a little bit. But South Eugene will take the field. Winners 5-4 in game one of our doubleheader. And Roseburg will try to win the series. This will be the rubber match here. Roseburg won game one at home down in Roseburg. And now South Eugene with a win in game one of our doubleheader. The series is tied at 1-1. And Roseburg will try to win the rubber match here coming up and take the series. That could be big as you look at any possible tiebreakers going forward, with South Eugene not that far behind Roseburg in the league standings. Roseburg comes in, they lose their last game, so that goes their 4-game winning streak. South Eugene snapping their 3-game losing streak, so they've won one. Roseburg's lost one. Indians coming in as we get ready for the first inning. 7-3 in conference play. South Eugene at 5-5. Roseburg looking for a victory here in game two. Leading things off for Roseburg will be Garrett Russell.
Leading off for Roseburg in the top of the first inning.
Russell playing in center field, had his 7-game hit streak come to an end in game one, going 0 for 3. He'll stand in here. For those watching there online on Facebook, we've got this stream going on there. We got the GoPro going today so we can give you a full look at the field. Makes things, I know, a little bit smaller, but at least you get a little bit of picture here going. And I know we've been trying to get this video stream going all day. Hopefully the Facebook live stream will be adequate throughout the afternoon for you. First pitch was ball 1 to Garrett Russell. He'll take low, and it goes past the catcher for ball 2. Bryce Betcher on the mound, a big righty throwing. He was at shortstop in game 1. He'll toe the rubber here in game 2 of today's doubleheader. Pitch is high and inside for ball 3. So Russell well ahead in his opening at bat. He'll take a strike right down the middle on 3-0. Trying to time that one up and get a good idea of what we're going to see today from Bryce Betcher. 3-1 pitch coming up. The righty kicks and fires. It's a grounder towards third, and it's off the glove for Caden Miller. No throw. Backing up the play was Dylan Edwards to get to that one. And Garrett Russell will get on base to lead off things here in the first inning. Roseburg with the man on, nobody out. Start out against Bryce Betcher. Up next, Caden Johnson will stand in. Johnson also hitless in game 1 of today's doubleheader. The guys that had been hitting, for the most part, were kind of quiet in game 1. The guys that had struggled a little bit picked up their hits in game 1 of today's doubleheader, got their bats going again. First pitch coming in for Johnson. With Russell on at first, they'll lay down a bunt, third base side, and it just rolls foul. Right idea there for Johnson, trying to lay down the sac bunt, just couldn't quite get it in play. So Roseburg a loser 5-4 in game 1. Again, looking at our Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update here, getting a report from elsewhere around the Southwest Conference. South beating Grants Pass. That's South Medford beating Grants Pass 7-2 in game 1 of their doubleheader. Squaring a bunt again. Johnson this time goes first base side, and it just bounces foul. And that'll be another foul ball for strike 2. So quickly an 0-2 count here against Caden Johnson, and now he'll look to try and swing away. So an 0-2 pitch coming up for Betcher. Swinging away, Johnson puts it in the air. Runner was going from first. Johnson's got to come back, and that one drops, unable to get to it. McIrvin, and Russell quickly turns the Afterburners on, and he'll get into second safely. A lot of back and forth there for Russell, and he's slow to get back to his feet. He's got to be a little gassed. He was running, trying to steal second on the play, then popped high in the air to right field, and unable to charge in quick enough to get to it was McIrvin. He made a diving attempt, but it just outside of his reach, and that meant that Russell had to get back on the horse and get to second base. So a base knock there for Caden Johnson. He got a little bit lucky, finds no man's land, gets on with the single. First hit of the game for the Indians. They've got runners at first and second. First pitch taken for ball one by Doran Gillespie. Gillespie stands in. He was squaring to bunt to try and sack the runners both into scoring position. He'll do it again, the 1-0. He'll put it down. It goes third base side. Nice bunt there. They go to third to get the out, and they will get the lead out. A nice play by Betcher off the mound. That one hit just a little bit too hard. It wasn't right back to the pitcher for Gillespie, but hit just a little bit too hard, and Betcher able to get to it quickly, and he's able to catch Garrett Russell with the force out at third. 1-5 the put out, one away. Still runners at first and second for Roseburg. Gillespie on at first, Johnson out at second, and Brody Black will stand in for the Indians. Scoreless ball game here in the top of the first inning. First pitch swinging, foul ball. That one looks like it will clear everything and get out of play. It does. So 0-1 the count now against Brody after the foul ball. The 0-1 delivery from Betcher. Check swing, he wanted to pull it back, could not do so. Not happy with himself there, Brody, an 0-2 count now against him. So South Medford with their win over Grants Pass, they continue to pull away in the Southwest Conference race for the championship. 0-2 for Brody, and it's outside. He'll take a 1-2 count with one away and two runners on base. South Medford pulling away in the Southwest Conference, and they were expected to be the champions, and they have definitely had a great season brewing. 1-2 pitch. We get a flyover here. That got the fans all up in an uproar. I don't even see him. Got a flyby of some fighters going off. I feel like that one was right on top of me, and somehow I never did see him. Back to play. Foul ball. That one's going to get out of play for Brody. And he'll continue to have a 1-2 count. Coming back around. Geez, why can't I find these guys flying around in the sky here? 1-2 pitch. Holding the runner on out at second. That's Caden Johnson. Swing and a miss. Pitch in the dirt. And out at first. Runner off the bag. The Indians will get doubled up. Gillespie was running to second base with Brody Black running down to first. Brody with the runner on at first didn't have a chance to try and get on with a drop third strike, but Gillespie took off as well, and he gets caught off the bag at first, and the Indians are doubled off. So Roseburg. Oh, that might have been, we'll talk about this. Roseburg unable to do anything in the first inning. We'll go to the bottom of the first after this break here on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
This county is your home.
But no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us.
We'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide.
We'll be there with an auto loan for your next vehicle.
And when you're ready to make your dreams a reality, we'll be there with a home mortgage and one-on-one support every step of the way. Because commitment to our members is reflected in everything we do. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
So I heard Kelly takes a different one home every night.
Yeah, I heard she took 2 home last night.
I even heard she likes the small ones.
No wonder she's in such good shape.
At Pita Pit, with so many healthy options full of lean grilled meats and fresh veggies, and even small pitas for smaller appetites, you can have our pitas any way you want. And we won't judge. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
Number 10, center fielder Tristan Vidal. Here you go, Tristan.
Bottom of the first inning, Roseburg baseball here on the score. And the first pitch in is a strike from Cody Johnson. Johnson on the mound. He'll face Tristan Vidal, the center fielder, who leads things off for the Axe. 0-0 ball game. He'll bunt one, third base side. Fair ball, and no play to be made by Zach Mandera. A bunt single for Vidal. So leadoff bunt single. Mandera couldn't quite get in quick enough to make a play. And a man on with nobody out. Up next will be Dylan Edwards, playing at shortstop here in game 2. Batting with a man on at first. Looks like he'll swing away, and he fouls it back into the screen. Not looking to try and bunt the runners over. Sets back up, again swinging. Well hit ball right side, will get through on the right side. Stopping at second base, Vidal will just hold to 90 feet. Edwards on with a single, back-to-back singles to lead off the game for South Eugene, and the Axe will have runners at first and second with nobody out. Up next will be the 3-hitter Bryce Betcher, the pitcher. On the mound for Roseburg, Cody Johnson, the righty. Will work in a breaking ball for strike 1 here against Betcher. Called for a strike there. Cody, 1-1 lifetime against South Eugene with a 1.42 ERA against the Axe. He'll set up here, fires in the 0-1, pulled towards short, picked up by Caden Johnson, throw to second for 1. Van Norman to first, not going to be there in time. Runners on the corners. Betcher reaches on a fielder's choice. The Indians will get 1 out. Up to third goes Vidal.
Third baseman Caden Miller.
Betcher on at first, on the corners now. First and third, 1 away. The cleanup man, Caden Miller, will stand in. Miller playing at third base here in game 2, winning pitcher in game 1. First pitch, a strike. So the flyover we had there just in the top of the first inning was, I guess, some F-15s coming from the spring game, the U of O football spring game. Nice throw over to first by Johnson to check on the runner, and Betcher just ahead of the tag. So that makes a lot of sense why we had a flyover here at South Eugene High School. We're just a little ways away from Autzen. As another throw over to first. No tag applied by Stone. So that's hearing about that. The 0-1 pitch here for Miller, squared to bunt. Didn't offer at it, but it's called a strike against him, and that's an 0-2 count. Miller, the third baseman, hitting here with 1 out and 2 runners on. Roseburg looking for a possible double play ball to get out of things. As a throw over to first almost got away. Stone using every bit of that frame, that 6'7" frame at first to get to that baseball. Again, his wingspan helps out for sure. The pitch out. Throw down to second. We'll get into center field. The run's going to come in to score. South Eugene will take a 1-0 lead, and Roseburg throws the ball into nobody in particular, and there's nobody to get to it. And up to third base will go Bryce Betcher. He took second on the steal. And then on the error into center field on the throw, he goes up to third. And Roseburg just kind of killing themselves here today. They look like they were going to try and cut the throw off short out at second, but Van Norman and Johnson up the middle, neither one got to it. It rolls into center field. And that error, throwing error, allows a run to come in. 1-0 South Eugene in front. Pitch gets by, runner coming to the plate, and Betcher will score. And 2-0 now South Eugene in front of Roseburg here today. Nobody on base. It's a 2-2 count for Caden Miller. Wild pitched right through the legs there for Terrell Jacks. And 2-0. South Eugene in front. So base is empty now. The 2-2 pitch. Softly hit right side. Van Norman going out. Coming in. Black unable to get to it. He'll trap it and keeps it in front of them. But it drops in for a base knock. Third hit here in the first inning off of Cody Johnson for South Eugene. And the Axe have all the momentum going in their direction. One away, 2-0 the score, bottom of the first. South Eugene in front of Roseburg. And up next, the cleanup hitter. It is Hunter Brown. Runner going, throw down to second from Terrell. Not going to be there in time, and in with a stolen base goes Caden Miller. A 1-0 count at the plate. And it's a man in scoring position again. In for a called strike, 1-1, evens up the count against Brown. Pitch just misses, 2-1 now the count. Trying to get Cody to step off. The runner at second base well off the bag, and that's going to get a visit out to the mound for Richie Charles to go have a visit, and the whole infield will come in with him. It's not been a stellar start for the Indians here in Game 2 of our doubleheader, and that gets a visit out to the mound there for the coaching staff. They want to get things settled in and figured out here for Roseburg. A man in scoring position with just one away. 2 balls, 1 strike here against the current hitter, Hunter Brown, the catcher for South Eugene. 2-0 our score here in the bottom of the first. South Eugene looking to pull off a sweep against Roseburg, and that would give them the series victory against the Indians. So Cody will look to try and settle things down here for the Indians in the first. 3 hits and 2 runs in. Roseburg with 1 error so far in the contest. They've been not playing like themselves here against the Axe today. Johnson will check second. The 2-1 misses. I'm not sure where that one didn't look too bad. Just misses there for Cody. And he'll have a 3-1 count here against Hunter Brown. Runner out at second base is Caden Miller. And the 3-1 is strike 2. Brown already threw away his bat. Had to have the on-deck man, Zach Minigat, toss it back to him. 3-2 pitch coming up for Cody. Strike 3 got him looking. So there is strikeout number 1 and out number 2. That is another good vibration strikeout today for Roseburg pitching. Is the wind really picking up here? First pitch swing and a miss for Zach Minigat. Minigat playing at second base here in Game 2. Out at second base, Caden Miller, 2 away. 2-0 lead for South Eugene here early on in game 2. Swing, and it's a tapper at the plate. Going to be picked up by Johnson. Throw down to first. They'll get the out. So Cody comes in to get the tapper that just rolled about 6 to 10 feet on the infield grass. And Zach Minigat will ground out for the final out. But 2 runs come in for South Eugene. They take the early lead. We'll come back with the top of the second after this here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
This is for the person stuck in the office. The 9-to-5er. The person who eats, sleeps, and drinks the outdoors. During business hours, you play the part. And in the mountains, you're home. But on the water, you go with the flow. This is for the angler, the hiker, the hunter, the adventurer in you. Shop one of over 80 locations.
Swimming season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyze and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Leading off the top of the second inning for the Roseburg Indians, number 13, third baseman, Zach Mandera.
Bottom of the second inning, Roseburg trails 2-0 against South Eugene. The Axe taking the early lead. Bryce Betcher trying to take advantage of it as he's back on the rubber. His first pitch here for Zach Mandera is across for a strike to lead things off here in the top of the second inning. Roseburg Baseball today is brought to you by Supercuts. Check them out online at supercuts.com. Breaking ball drops in, strike 2 called, and quickly an 0-2 count here for Mandera. Cody Johnson, and Jonathan Stone due up here in the second inning against Bryce Betcher as the wind continues to pick up. Zach back up the middle. It'll go to second base. Minigat in front of it. Throw to first. And able to stay on the bag. Nelson will make the out. 1 away. Nelson has been working over there at first. Been pulled off the bag quite a few different times. Able to keep his foot on the bag there. 1 away. Cody Johnson will stand in next. Roseburg's pitcher here in game 2. Takes a pitch outside, ball 1. Trying to help himself out. Gave up 3 hits in that first inning, trying to pick up his first here in game 2. He was the player of the game in game 1 for Roseburg. Had 2 hits, drove in a couple of runs as well. He takes outside for a 2-0 count. Delivery from Betcher. It's pulled towards short. In front of it is Edwards. Throw across. He'll get the out. And there's 2 away. So 2 down, and up next, Jonathan Stone will stand in. Nobody on base for the Indians. Here in the top of the second, it's a 2-0 lead for South Eugene. Wind picking up, and it's blowing out to right field, so opposite for Roseburg's all right-handed lineup. In the dirt for Stone, gives him a 1-0 count. Betcher delivers. That pitch, fastball, is high and away. Looked like that one kind of got away from him just a little bit. 2-0 count. Out of the windup for Betcher. The 2-0 gets it across for a called strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Looking for a 1-2-3 inning here. Betcher will go into the windup, the 2-1. Gets Stone to chase it. That one in the air. Could be playable behind home as it just carries over the Cyclone and out of play. Back behind the plate will go Hunter Brown, the catcher, who chased it all the way to the screen but ran out of room. evens up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes against Jonathan Stone with 2 away here in the top of the second. The 2-2 just misses. 3 balls, 2 strikes. We go to the full count. Stone, 3-2 pitch. Chases a pitch high, fouled up behind home again, and out of play. So it stays a full count. So we'll try it again here. Another 3-2 pitch. Out of the windup, Betcher delivers. High and inside, ball 4. Good eye at the plate there for Stone. Draws the 2-out walk. First walk issued by Bryce Betcher. Puts a man on. And Terrell Jacks will try to see if he can keep this inning alive for the Roseburg Indians. Out of the stretch for Betcher. Pitch is low for ball 1 against Terrell. The Indians was 1 hit in the first inning. Ended up getting a couple of runners on, but then the base running error by Doran Gillespie ended up with a inning-ending double play on a strikeout throw him out. The 1-0 high and inside, ducking out of the way. Terrell will have a 2-0 count. Roseburg looking to get back into the win column after losing game 1 5-4. Trying to take the series 2-1 against South Eugene. They trail 2-0 though here in the top of the second. The 2-0 pitch outside, ball 3 against Terrell. And he's well ahead in the at-bat. Likely taking here on the next pitch. The 3-0 from Betcher is in the dirt for ball 4, and he's walked 2 runners with 2 outs. Walking a leadoff man is always a faux pas in baseball, but walking guys with 2 outs, never an ideal situation either, especially when you do it back-to-back batters. 2 men on, 2 away, and the 9-hitter Jet Black stands in, trying to send it back to the top of the lineup here for the Indians. That prompts a visit to the mound after the back-to-back walks here for Betcher. Coaching staff out to talk to just the pitcher and the catcher here in the top of the second inning. Jet Black will stand in. He did have a base hit in game 1 of the doubleheader. Had a base knock and a walk in there. So 1 for 2 in the first of our twin bill here today. We are about, well, actually it looks like Blazers basketball is underway in game 4 of their first round series. We'll try to keep you updated on the score from the Blazers game, and we'll go to that as soon as we get done here, kind of depending on how long our game takes and where they're at in the Blazers game. Jet first pitch, takes it right side, it gets in. The runner from second, Jonathan Stone, they're going to send him to the plate. There's not going to be a throw, and in to score comes Stone on the 2-out single by Jet Black. First pitch, he takes it right side, and he goes right inside of the second baseman out there, who was playing more up the middle. And the Indians will get on the board, trailing 2-1 now here in the top of the second. First pitch swinging there for Jet after back-to-back walks. That's a bit of a gutsy move. Garrett Russell will stand in. Russell reached on an error in the first inning and looked back to second. Running out there for Terrell is, I believe, Jay Stoffel. Yeah, Stoffel's out there running for Terrell Jacks at second base. The courtesy runner. Jet Black on at first, and with the RBI at the plate, Garrett took the first pitch for ball 1, and he'll take inside for ball 2. 2-0 count for Garrett. Roseburg back into this one, trailing 2-1. Pitch misses upstairs for a 3-0 count now against Russell. Another run would tie this one up. The Indians with a bit of a 2-out rally here. Good speed with Stoffel out there at second. The 3-0, Russell taking all the way, and it's in for a strike. 3-1, now the count. Bryce Betcher got the first 2 outs quickly, then walked back-to-back batters, and that's going to be the crux of this inning. Gave up the single to Jet Black, and inside and high, Garrett will take ball 4, and he draws a walk to load the bases with 2 away. And it'll be up to Caden Johnson to try and see if he can give the Indians a little bit of production here. Bases juice, runners in scoring position for the Indians. Prime opportunity. Johnson got on with a bit of a bloop single to right field his first time as he takes a breaking ball for strike 1. Got lucky, just hit it to where the right fielder, Devin McIrvin, couldn't get to it to get on base. Stands in here looking to drive something, see if he could drive in at least 1 or maybe 2. The 0-1 pitch, a breaking ball, it's high, and it goes to a 1-1 count. Johnson in game 1 was 0 for 4, so he's due here. Swings and fouls 1 away for strike 2. Comes into this at-bat. Caden Johnson with 13 RBI, leading the team in that category. At least to start the day he was. A 1-2 pitch coming up for him. Betcher fires another breaking ball that's fouled away, and it stays a 1-2 count. Big moment here early on in this game after South Eugene took the 2-0 lead in the first. Roseburg with an opportunity to tie or take the lead on a base hit here in the top of the second. And what is the rubber match of this series? 1-2 delivery again for Betcher. Breaking ball beans him. And that will bring in the game-tying run. Johnson didn't have a lot of opportunity to try and get out of the way, but the breaking ball did not break. And the Indians tie it up at 2 apiece. And up next will be Doran Gillespie, the 3-hitter. An opportunity to try and drive in runs and gives Roseburg a possible chance at the lead. 2-2 ball game. Gillespie reached on a fielder's choice his first time. He fouls one off for strike 1. Chance to maybe make up for his mistake on the base paths in the first inning when he took off on a drop third strike against Brody Black and was caught off the bag. 0-1 delivery from Betcher. Breaking ball's high for a 1-1 count. Wind continues to blow out to right field, and when it gets going, it's really humming along here. Also makes it a rather chilly breeze. Still wearing the heavy winter jacket out here. The 1-1 for Gillespie, swing and a miss. One that broke away from him there. Puts him at a 1-2 count again. Right at 60 degrees on the nose here in Eugene for game 2. Game 1, we started in the mid-50s. Bases loaded, 2 outs, the 1-2. Breaking ball. And Gillespie didn't go after it. A tag applied by the catcher, but it wasn't for strike 3, so no tag needed. It goes to a 2-2 count against Doran. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Roseburg looking to try and take the lead. Pass ball could do that. Base hit, an error. A lot of ways Roseburg could bring in the run from third base. That's Jet Black. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. A huge strikeout there for Bryce Betcher. His second of the game. And the Indians will leave the bases loaded, but they do tie the game up, get 2 runs on 1 hit. There were no errors. And there were 3 men left on base for the Indians. We head to the bottom of the second inning. 2-2 ball game here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Oh, yeah. That's the good stuff. You know what I like. That's right. Give me some of that.
Sir, you're creeping out everyone else in line.
Sorry. I mean, could I get onions on that?
With all the lean meats, fresh veggies, and tasty toppings to choose from at Pita Pit, Eating healthy is something to get excited about, just not too excited. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Start the bottom of the second inning. Cody Johnson now with new life on the mound as he gets a first pitch strike across against Connor Marsh, the DH. Hitting for right fielder Devin McIrvin. Gets a first pitch called strike against Marsh. Cody, the 0-1, a breaking ball. Started inside, cuts that inside corner, and it's called strike 2. 2 runs there in the top of the second for Roseburg on just 1 hit, but a few walks for Bryce Betcher, and the Indians able to tie this one up. 2-2. Fastball's outside. It'll miss. 1-2 count now for the leadoff man, Connor Marsh. 7, 8, 9 hitters due up here in the second. Marsh, Trevor Nelson, and Gordon Brunson. The 1-2 delivery from Johnson. It's a line right side. It'll get over the top of Luke Van Norman into right field. Not hit all that hard, just enough to get it over the top of the second baseman and into right field. Just flares one out to the opposite field, and Marsh will get on base. He had the big hit in game 1 of the doubleheader. Marsh with the similar hit in the 5th inning of game 1 to drive in 2 that put South Eugene in front for good, and he picks up the base knock to get a runner on to lead things off here in the bottom of the second. 1 on. Nelson will lay down a bunt. It goes foul first base side. He hit that one pretty hard. Not that far from the bag. Jonathan Stone will get it in foul territory. Strike 1 against Nelson. Excuse me, I called him Trevor. It's Trey Nelson, excuse me. Trey Nelson, the first baseman. 0-1 pitch from Johnson is low. And it moves it to a 1-1 count. Gordon Brunson waiting on deck. Bunt is in the air, could be catchable, and it is off the mound. Cody Johnson there to make the play. Jonathan Stone came charging in as well, so there wasn't anybody right there to be on first base at a possible double up. But back to the bag quickly was Connor Marsh as well. So 1 away on the sac bunt attempt. Gone awry for Trey Nelson. And up next, the 9-hitter Gordon Brunson. First pitch to the left fielder is in for strike 1. The 0-1, fastball, back pick down to first. Close, just not quite in time to get Marsh, who's back to the bag with a half slide. The 1-1 delivery from Cody fouls that one into the backstop, and Brunson with a 1-2 count. Another throw over to first for Johnson. Back in with the head first slide goes Marsh. The pitch in from Johnson up the middle. He gets it on the comebacker, throws to second for 1, throw to first for 2, and a big inning double play. It goes to Cody on the mound. He throws to Caden at second, and the Johnson to Johnson combo, even with them not playing up the middle, they continue to make it work. A 1-6-3 double play to get Roseburg out of the second. It's still a 2-2 ball game as we head to the top of the third here on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Douglas County is your home, but no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us. Through every adventure, we'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide. Through every triumph, we'll be there every step of the way with a home mortgage. And through all life's little quirks, we'll be there with one-on-one support to get you back on the road in no time. Neighbors are there for each other, and that's exactly who we are. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
Come back here for the 3rd inning. We've got some changes around the infield and the outfield and on the mound. A call to the pen brought to you by Shelby and Migulena Construction, your local leaders for any project, big or small. 30 years of quality, affordable work. Call Shelby and Migulena or visit their website, webuildhouses.com. Bryce Betcher done on the mound. They make the quick pull, and they'll go to the bullpen and bring in Tristan Vidal from center. He'll go to the mound for Bryce Betcher. Going into center field will be Gordon Brunson. Taking over in left field will be Caden Miller. Dylan Edwards goes from shortstop to third base, and Betcher goes to shortstop. First pitch, a ground ball to third here for Brody Black, and Edwards comes up with the play across the diamond for out number 1. 1 away, and up next will be Zach Mandera, hitting with 1 out and nobody on base. The Indians had tied it up in the 2nd inning. 2-2 ball game here as we start the 3rd inning. Well, now I got to do some big ol' defensive changes in the scorebook here. Zach will pop up the first pitch coming back our direction. Could be playable. The catcher made it look like he was going to give it chase, and then that one lands just here to our right off of the grandstand benches for strike 1 against Mandera. Pitch in. That was a check swing. They look down to first. They say he went around. Strike 2 against Mandera. Thought about it, did not. He pulls back, and it's ball 1, a 1-2 count here for Zach. He'll put this one towards short. Bryce Betcher will come in front of it. He'll throw to first in time for out number 2. Tristan Vidal getting outs on the ground, 2 away. And up next will be Cody Johnson. On the mound, Tristan Vidal faces Johnson. First pitch high for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch for Johnson. Called for a strike, 1-1. The 1-1, swing and a miss on a breaking ball. The 1-2 pitch now for Cody. In the dirt, he'll go to a 2-2 count. Cody's 1-2, swing and a foul tip into the glove for strike 3. Quick 1-2-3 inning for the relief pitcher, Tristan Vidal. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. 2-2 ball game on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
This county is your home.
But no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us.
We'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide.
We'll be there with an auto loan for your next vehicle.
And when you're ready to make your dreams a reality, we'll be there with a home mortgage and one-on-one support every step of the way. Because commitment to our members is reflected in everything we do. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
So I heard Kelly takes a different one home every night.
Yeah, I heard she took 2 home last night.
I even heard she likes the small ones.
No wonder she's in such good shape.
At Pita Pit, with so many healthy options full of lean grilled meats and fresh veggies, and even small pitas for smaller appetites, you can have our pitas any way you want. And we won't judge. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
Leading off the bottom of the third inning.
Bottom of the third inning, 2-2 ball game, Roseburg and South Eugene in the rubber match of the 3-game series. Leading things off against Cody Johnson here in the third will be the top of the lineup, Tristan Vidal. Cody just struck out against Vidal. He'll fire a first pitch strike in as he tries to return the favor. 0-1 count. Fastball fouled away for strike 2. Vidal had a single on a bunt in the first inning, caught the defense a little off guard, and eventually came around to score on a throwing error by Terrell Jacks. The 0-2 in the dirt, doesn't go after it, and he's got himself with a 1-2 count. Clouds are starting to fade away. I'm sure if you're sitting in the sunshine, it sure is nice. The equipment doesn't like the sunshine, so we got the pop-up tent up, and I'm sitting in the wind and in the shade, and it's no fun. First base line drive is just foul, almost picked out of the air by Jonathan Stone down there. Big man just couldn't quite get the glove in front of it. Tailing away from him, so pretty impressive that he got even close to it to begin with. The 1-2 pitch from Johnson, and it's fouled away again. Stays a 1-2 count here against Tristan Vidal. Breaking ball, and it got him, beamed him. Looked almost a bit like he might have left his arm out there just a little bit extra, but umpire will give him first base, grants him the hit by pitch. And so man on with nobody out to lead things off here in the third inning for South Eugene. And Cody will work out of the stretch here against the 2-hitter Dylan Edwards, now playing at third base after the defensive changes, with Bryce Betcher only pitching the first 2 innings of the contest. Betcher waiting on deck. We'll get you his numbers here. First pitch fastball called strike 1. Fastball in there against Edwards. Edwards 1 for 1 in the game as a throw over to first base. Cody throws in. Runner well off the bag at first. A chance, throw over there. Not quite in time. 1-1 the count at the plate as the last pitch just misses for Cody. Edwards will get the signal from the third base coach on what they want to do here. Out at first base, Vidal was well off the bag. A nice throw by Terrell, but didn't quite get him as they miss low and outside on that pitch. 2-1 count against Vidal. South Eugene trying to mess with the Indians a little bit here with a little bit of base running. Extra half step there for Vidal at first. He's going, the throw in, and it's fouled away. Tried to put the hit and run on, but unable to get it in play. Edwards sends it over the fence and well out of play for strike 2. Back to first base will go Vidal. Nobody out here, third inning. Stepping out of the box, Edwards will get some signals from the dugout. Man on at first. Vidal running again, pitch low, throw down to second, not going to be in time, and off target, backing up the play. Van Norman will be there to get it. Stolen base for Tristan Vidal, got a good jump and gets to second base quickly. At the plate, a full count now. Vidal in scoring position, nobody out. Edwards at the plate. 2-2 ball game right now. The 3-2 pitch coming up from Johnson. He checks second a few times, fires in. Ooh. A close one just misses there for Cody Johnson. And that'll put a runner at first and second with nobody out after the walk. For Cody Johnson, first walk he's issued in the ball game. Bryce Betcher will stand in, and Betcher goes 2 innings worked. He gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. He ended up walking 3 as he first pitch swinging, hits it into left field. It'll be picked up by Gillespie, fires in. The runner held at third, and a single on the first pitch for Betcher. That'll load the bases, nobody out. He wasted no time on that. Didn't let me get through his pitching line. Two innings work, 2 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, and he finished with 2 strikeouts in his 2-inning start. Bases loaded, nobody out. Caden Miller, the cleanup man, will stand in. First pitch, outside for ball 1. Betcher at first, Edwards at second, Vidal at third. Bases juiced with nobody out. The Indians will play with the corners in, looking to cut off the run at home there. Ground ball to third goes foul for strike 1. So if it goes to the corner, they'll go for the home to first double play option and at least try to get the out at the plate. If it goes up the middle, they'll try to turn 2 out at second. The 1-1 is outside. 2-1 count now against Caden Miller. Miller with a single to right field in the first inning. Cody's 2-1 pitch. It's foul or hit high in the air. This is out into shallow left field. Coming in, Gillespie will make the catch. The runner tagging from third. Throw will be cut off, and a run will score on the sac fly by Caden Miller. Wind blowing that one around, I'm sure. And then Miller will pick up an RBI. Vidal will score from third. Runners elsewhere stayed put. 3-2 now. South Eugene in front. I was hopeful that one might have been an infield fly. Instead, it made its way out into shallow left field. 1 away, runner going to third. Throw down that way. Tag applied? No, and everyone will be safe. Up to second base goes Betcher. Stealing third was Dylan Edwards. Throw was there in time, but it was a little high, and Mandera got a little bit, had to jump to get to it, so he was out of position to be able to make the tag, and in safely goes Edwards. Pitch outside. And it'll go to a 2-0 count. Two 2-1 after a strike called against Hunter Brown, the catcher, who's at the plate. Oh, excuse me, 1-2. The scoreboard was wrong there. The 1-2 pitch from Johnson outside. It'll go to a 2-2 count. Runners at second and third, just 1 away. Cody's 2-2 delivery with Brown at the plate. Pitch is low. It'll go to a full count. That one almost got him to swing, but Brown able to pull back. I guess there's some confusion on the count there. Full count now. And now the third base coach is going to come in and ask about the count here. And it's going to stay exactly where it is. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So back into the box with a full count against him. 1 away and 2 runners in scoring position. Hunter Brown here in the bottom of the third. Swings through, and that'll be strike 3. He goes down with the punch out. A good vibrations strikeout for Cody Johnson. Cody's second strikeout of the game. A big one there. Relieves a little bit of pressure. 1 more out needed. Zach Minigat will stand in. First pitch, swinging. He gets him jammed. It's fouled up in the air, and it's, I think, coming back our way. And it clears back behind us. Everyone's safe. Safe from flying objects. Minigat 0 for 1 in the game as he'll take strike 2. Had a tapper back to the mound that started off actually finished off the first inning. The 0-2 delivery to him. Just out off the plate, and it goes 1-2. Indians looking for the final out here in the third inning to leave 2 men on base in scoring position. Already 1 in this half inning, and South Eugene in front 3-2. The pitch is hit high in the air out towards right center. Garrett Russell is out there, and it's confusion. It'll fall in for a base hit, and 2 runs come in to score. I didn't have a good look at it there, but I'm not sure if it was Russell was running hard to get to that one. Underneath it, it looked like Jet Black was there. I don't know if he misread it and it went further than he thought, or if he got startled with Russell coming at him so hard that he gave way. But that one falls in. It'll be a double for Minigat, and 2 runs will come in. And time called out to the plate, out to the mound. Will go Terrell Jacks to have a conversation with Cody. So 2 more runs in, 5-2 now the lead for South Eugene on what probably should have been the final out of this third inning. Man out at second base. And Connor Marsh, who's had a nice day at the plate today with a couple of hits in game 1 and a hit here in game 2. He stands in 1 for 1. Trying to help his team add some more to it. Ground ball up the middle. It'll go to second. Picked up by Van Norman. And his throw to first is there for the final out. Once again, the Indians get the final out 1 batter too late. It happened in game 1. It happens again here in game 2. 3 runs come in. It's 5-2. South Eugene in front of Roseburg as we head to the top of the 4th on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
This is for the person stuck in the office. The 9-to-5er. The person who eats, sleeps, and drinks outdoors. During business hours, you play the part. And in the mountains, you're home. But on the water, you go with the flow. This is for the angler, the hiker, the hunter, the adventurer, and you. Shop one of over 80 locations.
Swimming season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Our score is 5-2. South Eugene in front, looking to pull off a sweep and win the series against Roseburg. If they can get this score to hold as we go to the 4th inning. Joey Keyran here with you from South Eugene High School. We'll check on that Blazers playoff game, elimination game for Portland down in New Orleans. First pitch here for Jonathan Stone, who will lead things off for the Indians. He hits it towards third base. Not in time. Took too long. Dylan Edwards at third base. Didn't get it across the diamond in time, and Jonathan Stone will beat out an infield single. And that'll take him to an 8-game hitting streak. And he continues his hot streak at the plate. Gets on base for a second time here today with the base knock against Tristan Vidal. And Vidal, that's the first hit that he has given up in the ballgame. His second inning of work here as Terrell Jacks will foul back the first pitch he sees for strike one. Terrell drew a walk in the first inning. Jay Stoffel came in to run for him and scored in that position as a pitch. Breaking ball low for a 1-1 count now against Roseburg's catcher. Indians with 2 hits in the ball game in the first and the second. They scored 2 runs in the second inning thanks to 3 walks and a hit batter and then a single in there. They're trying to get back into this one, trailing 5-2. Ball lifted into center field. Going back is Brunson, and Brunson underneath it for the out. And there's your first out of the 4th inning.
Now batting the right fielder, number 18, Jet Black.
Jet Black, the 9-hitter, stands in. Runner on at first. With 1 away for the Indians. That's Jonathan Stone out there at first. The pitch to Jet is low and inside for ball 1. Jet had the single in the second inning that brought home 1 run for the Indians. Caden Johnson brought home the other when he got hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. The 1-0 is in the dirt. Nice job behind the plate by Hunter Brown to snag that one out of the turf. And it's a 2-0 count here against Terrell. Throw over to first. Stone back in. The ball gets away. Stone will get up and start running. He'll head to second. That one trapped over there in the corner. He'll take the turn for third. They may see about it. No, they'll finally fire it back in. And it's a 2-bag error once again. That's the second time we've seen that here today. So around to third base. Jonathan Stone now 90 feet from home, trying to get the Indians a run closer in this one. The errant pickoff throw. The 2-0 for Jet Black. It's going to be called for a strike. He's got a 2-1 count. Jet needs to just get the bat on the ball here, see if he can do something and bring home Stone. The 2-1 pitch is in the dirt for ball 3. Drawing a walk would be fine as well. What you cannot have here is a strikeout. You need the ball in play to see if you can get a run on the board. The 2-1. It's a ground ball, third base side. A look to first. The throw will be there in time. Edwards able to get it around as he looked back the runner at third. So, ball in play, just couldn't quite squeeze it through. Well, still resulted in an out. At least it's better than a strikeout. So 2 down now. Top of the lineup here, Garrett Russell will bat. First pitch, breaking ball, high for ball 1. Tristan Vidal on in relief of Bryce Betcher, who started the game. The 1-0 is in the dirt again, and it's a 2-0 count. Ball gets by. Stone has an opportunity to score. A deep backstop here at South Eugene. We do have today's game streaming from behind home on our Facebook page. There's a pitch upstairs. It'll go to a 3-0 count. So you can watch the game on our Facebook page. Just head to 1490 The Score on Facebook. A little different than we normally do it, but it's a Band-Aid as a 3-0 is in for a strike 1. Band-Aid while we figure out our streaming issues because our usual service has not been working out for us. We'll get you a Blazer score here in a moment. 3-1 pitch. Strike two taken for Garrett, and he's got himself a full count now. On at third is Jonathan Stone with 2 away. Top of the 4th inning. Roseburg trailing 5-2. 3-2 pitch. Inside for ball 4. And Russell will take his second walk of the game. Walked in the second. He'll draw one again here.
Number 4, Caden Johnson.
So runners at first and third. And Caden Johnson will bat, trying to get Roseburg a shot at getting back into this one, trailing by 3. In the second quarter, the Portland Trailblazers are trailing 46-42 with 4:13 left to go in their elimination game. Pitch high, throw down to second as Russell was stealing. The throw doesn't get in, and Stone stays at third. So the run will not come home. The pitch was low, and a stolen base for the Indians. Now runners at second and third. Caden Johnson at the plate. Two runners in scoring position for him here. He's got an opportunity to get Roseburg back within 1 if he can get the ball into the outfield with a base hit. Out of the windup here for Vidal. He pitches high, and it goes to a 2-0 count. Johnson is 1 for 1, a single and a hit by pitch. Inside, it'll go to a 3-0. Three balls, no strikes, and the pitch high and inside for ball 4. And Vidal walks back-to-back hitters with 2 outs.
Now batting number 11, left fielder.
So it'll load the bases with 2 outs, and Doran Gillespie will stand in. He had the bases loaded his last time up back in the second. He ended up striking out to finish out the inning that time. Stands in here with another opportunity. First pitch at the knees for strike 1. Gillespie 0 for 1 in this, 0 for 2 in this ball game. Reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning. Was 1 for 4 in game 1. Breaking ball comes across for strike 2. Bottom of the strike zone there. That's a borderline strike. And falls behind quickly 0-2 against Tristan Vidal. Put the ball in play here, Doran. See what happens. The 0-2 pitch. High and inside, pops out of the glove of the catcher. Doesn't go far, though, and everybody stays put. 1-2 count. Doran, a selective hitter there with 2 strikes, lets that one go by. Vidal's 1-2, swing and a miss. And that'll wrap up things here in the 4th inning. The Indians will leave the bases loaded as Gillespie strikes out. And we'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning. 5-2 still your score. Roseburg trailing South Eugene here on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Oh, yeah. That's the good stuff. You know what I like. That's right. Give me some of that.
Sir, you're creeping out everyone else in line.
Sorry. I mean, could I get onions on that?
With all the lean meats, fresh veggies, and tasty toppings to choose from at Pita Pit, eating healthy is something to get excited about. Just not too excited. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Leading off the bottom of the 4th inning for South Eugene, number 16, first baseman Trey Nelson.
Bottom of the 4th inning. Trey Nelson will lead things off for South Eugene against Cody Johnson, and he takes a rather large cut on the first pitch. Fouls it back for strike 1. 5-2 our score. Today's game brought to you by Clint Newell Auto Groups. The 0-1 outside for a 1-1 count now for Nelson, who is 0 for 1 in this ball game. Tried to lay down a bunt back in the second, a sac bunt attempt that he popped back to the mound that was caught by Cody Johnson. The pitch in, fouled off for strike 2. Nelson back in there, 2 strikes against him. Did he go around? Yes, he did. Home umpire will say he did go around. He tried to pull back on the breaking ball, goes down with the strikeout. It's the 3rd of the game for Cody Johnson. Another Good Vibrations strikeout. Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. So 1 down now for Cody. First pitch swinging here. It's the 9-hitter, Gordon Brunson, who will ground out to first base. Jonathan Stone will take it all himself. Unassisted out at first. And there's 2 away. Top of the lineup, Tristan Vidal, the pitcher, will stand in. First pitch to Vidal, a strike. It's Cody throwing strikes here in the 4th inning. Trying to keep Roseburg in this one, down 3. Ball fouled back to the screen and go to an 0-2 count. Oh, Portland Trailblazers, not a good sign. They're down in game 4 of that series. There's a pitch in the dirt, gets by, back to the screen, 1-2 count. Now they've got it tied up, 2 minutes to go in the first half, so Portland trying to keep their playoff hopes alive as a foul ball again for Tristan Vidal. Keeps it at a 1-2 count. 2 outs, nobody on base. The 1-2 again, fouls off another one. And the on-deck hitter, Dylan Edwards, has been busy chasing after those foul balls. 1-2 pitch again, fastball in the air. That one right side, heading out of play. And it will get over the fence and out of play down that right field side. Vidal, a long at-bat here. He has continued to foul off a number of pitches. Cody trying to finish it up here. The 1-2, breaking ball, bit upstairs, and it'll go to a 2-2 count. Vidal here in this one, 1 for 1. Fouls off another pitch. 1 for 1 in the game, had a single in the first, and was hit by a pitch in the third. Johnson out of the windup, the 2-2. High and away, goes to a full count. Wind blowing out to right field at the moment. We saw a home run in game 1, a 3-run shot by Bryce Betcher. The full count pitch hit in the air. Garrett Russell underneath it. Going towards right field, the center fielder will make the catch for the final out. A 1-2-3 inning for Cody Johnson in the 4th. The Indians defense needed that. They got to get the bats going. We'll head to the 5th inning, and it is a 5-2 ball game in favor of South Eugene here on 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Douglas County is your home, but no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us. Through every adventure, we'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide. Through every triumph, we'll be there every step of the way with a home mortgage. And through all life's little quirks, we'll be there with one-on-one support to get you back on the road in no time. Neighbors are there for each other, and that's exactly who we are. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
Leading off the top of the 5th inning for Roseburg, number 20, Designated hitter, Brody Black.
Top of the 5th inning, Roseburg baseball brought to you by Bimart. First pitch swinging for Brody Black, and he hits it right to the shortstop, Bryce Betcher, who barely had to move to get in front of that one. Line out to the shortstop, and that's out number 1 here in the top of the 5th. 1 pitch needed there for Tristan Vidal. Zach Mandera stands in, first pitch to him. Was outside, a 1-0 count. He'll take a strike. One delivery here for Vidal. The righty kicks and fires, and it's in for a called strike to go to 1-2 against Mandera. A 1-2 pitch. Mandera hits this one out to left field, just foul. Got around on that one and got out in front of it. Pulls it down the left field line, and he'll look to try and straighten it out here. The 1-2 pitch from Vidal. And Mandera will foul it away again. It'll stay a 1-2 count. LA, check in on our Garrettson Building Supplies local scoreboard update from the JV game. The Roseburg JV sweeps South Eugene. They win game 2, 4-3. The 1-2 breaking ball did not stay on top of that one. Vidal launches it into the plate, and it goes to a 2-2 count. So the Roseburg JV team takes both against South Eugene today. The Indians looking for a split, but they got to come back here. Mandera will foul this one up and back over us. Back behind us here. It'll stay a 2-2 count. Again, we expect to go to the Blazers game once we get off the air here with our ball game. It looks like it'll be the start of the second half on that one. 2-2 pitch. Mandera does loop this one out to left field. It'll get in for a base knock. He's taking a turn looking for 2, and he'll stay at first. A 1-out single for Zach Mandera, his first hit of this ball game. Line drive shot just down the line in left. Caden Miller chases it, gets to it quick, and able to get it back in and limit Mandera to just a single. Cody Johnson will bat next for the Indians. Johnson 0 for 2 in this ball game. Swings first pitch, puts that into left field, and it's foul. That was another one that looked like it might have a chance down that left field line. I don't have the best vantage point of looking down the line from where we're sitting here, just on the third base side of home. But it looked like it had a chance. 0-1 count. But all out of the stretch. Misses low. Evens it up. 1 ball, 1 strike against Cody Johnson. The inning led off with a line drive shot right at the shortstop for Brody Black, but then a long single to left field for Zach Mandera. Got a man on with 1 away. Johnson at the plate, step off the mound for Vidal. In the ball game, 2 runs on 4 hits for Roseburg, 5 runs on 6 hits for South Eugene. And time called before the next pitch. Roseburg has, I believe, out-hit. Actually, they're even in the hit total in this ball game, or in this doubleheader today. It's a pitch in the dirt. Goes to a 2-1 count for Johnson. Both teams with 12 hits combined between Game 1 and Game 2, but score has been in favor of South Eugene. A slow roller left side gets off the end of the glove by the third baseman, Edwards. Couldn't field it cleanly, and everyone will be safe. Betcher was backing up the play, but he couldn't get a hand on it, and that would have had to been a quick throw and an infield single there for Cody Johnson. Runners at first and second, one away. And Jonathan Stone will hit next. Good hitter to have at the plate. He's had a nice season going. And he ropes one down the left field line for a foul ball. We've seen that out of the last three hitters now. They've all been ahead of one of their first pitches and put it down the left field side. Stone will stand back in. He is 1 for 1 in the game with a walk and a single. He'll hit this slow roller, third base side. That one could be fair. It is. Everyone's safe. Another infield single for the Indians, and the bases are loaded with one out. They had the bases loaded in the fourth inning as well and could not come through with a base hit. And so here's another opportunity, and they will need to try and take advantage of it. Terrell Jacks will stand in, one out, bases are loaded, 5-2 your score in favor of South Eugene, the Indians threatening. Jacks will stand in, 0 for 1 in the game, a walk and a pop out, and he'll take a pitch low and outside for ball one. Got to start making up this deficit now. Getting to the later stages here. Ground ball sharply hit towards third. Backhanded. Throw to first for the double play to end it. No, it's mishandled at first, and a run will come in. The Indians will get one. Zach Mandera scores from third. And it was Mason Littlefield running for Cody Johnson. And he is out at third. Nice job by Edwards at third base. Nice job at third base there by Edwards to knock it down backhanded. He made a great play on that hard ground ball and was able to get one out. Tried to go for the double play, but unable to hold the throw in the dirt. Trey Nelson at first couldn't hang on to it, and the run comes in. First pitch for Jet Black is in for a strike. Pitch in the dirt, evens it up, 1-1. So runners at second and third. 2 away, 1-1 count at the plate for Jet Black. The Indians back within 2. Pitch in the dirt again, and behind the plate, Brown is getting some work. Throw down to third to try and get the runner, and they will. That's Stone there that took off. He saw the pitch in the dirt, thought about it, and gets thrown out at third. And the Indians will only get the one run here in the top of the fifth. We'll go to the bottom of the fifth. 5-3 is our score here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
This county is your home.
But no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us.
We'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide.
We'll be there with an auto loan for your next vehicle.
And when you're ready to make your dreams a reality, we'll be there with a home mortgage and one-on-one support every step of the way. Because commitment to our members is reflected in everything we do. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
So I heard Kelly takes a different one home every night.
Yeah, I heard she took 2 home last night.
I even heard she likes the small ones.
No wonder she's in such good shape.
At Pita Pit, with so many healthy options full of lean grilled meats and fresh veggies, and even small pitas for smaller appetites, you can have our pitas any way you want. And we won't judge. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
Top of the fifth inning. Roseburg gets one back in the top of the fifth. We go to the bottom of the fifth on the Roseburg Indians trail 5-3 here on 1490 The Score. Today's game brought to you by Pepsi and Bigfoot Beverages. Dylan Edwards will lead things off for South Eugene. Cody Johnson still on the mound throwing for the Indians. First pitch is low for ball one. The Indians once again get the bases loaded in an inning, but unable to do more than just bring in one run this time. But they got something. They're cutting their way back in as Johnson will fire in. And that pitch misses for a 2-0 count. The wind sure has been a persistent pest all day as my pop-up tent starts to lift up a little bit there. It's the reason why it is bungee corded down. Looks like it's going to stay put. No, guess not. It's going to decide to take off a little bit on us here. Set her back down there. It's just like a big kite. 3-0 count at the plate. I missed the ball 3 there as my pop-up tent decided to try and take off on me. 3-0 count here for the leadoff man, Dylan Edwards. Johnson works in strike 1. A 3-1 pitch from Cody. Edwards. Oh, wow. I don't know where that pitch missed. That's a tough call there. That looked like strike 2 to me. All right, so that was ball 4, though. That'll put a man on at first. Wind continues to pick up here. Ball in play for Bryce Betcher. It'll be taken by the shortstop, Caden Johnson, excuse me. And that'll be out number 1. First pitch swinging for Betcher.
Now batting number 12, left fielder.
So Johnson will get to that one. 1 away. Trying to do play-by-play and hold down the fort while the wind's trying to blow it all away. A walk and now a pop out. 1 man on, 1 out. First pitch low for ball 1 against Caden Miller, who stands in. Miller is 1 for 1 in the game. Had a sac fly back in the 3rd to bring in a run. Throw over to first base. Back in safely goes Edwards. One ball, no strikes here against Caden Miller. The cleanup hitter gets underneath this one high in the air. It looks like it's on the infield grass. Mandera calling for it, the third baseman underneath it. And there's your second out. 2 away. And up next will be Hunter Brown, who was struck out twice in this ball game.
Number 11, the catcher, Hunter Brown.
First pitch coming up. Breaking ball for strike 1. Brown struck out looking in the 1st, then struck out swinging in the 3rd. 2 good vibration strikeouts there for Cody Johnson. Fastball, he'll foul it off. And he's got an 0-2 count. Still at first is Dylan Edwards. Led off the inning with the walk. Throw over to first base to check on him, and back in safely goes Edwards. 5-3 is your score. Roseburg trailing by 2. Johnson's 0-2 delivery coming up. Pitch out, it goes off the glove, and up to second base will go Edwards. Looked like they were pitching out on that one. And it goes off the end of the glove for Terrell Jacks. Might have just been trying to get a little bit of a head start. And Jacks might have just been a little bit ahead of himself. So the runner up 90 feet on the pass ball. And Brown back in. The 1-2 in the dirt. Terrell stops it. Throw to third to get the runner. And they got him dead to rights. Edwards caught trying to take third as the ball got away just briefly from Terrell, but he is able to get to it and fires to third for the final out. So Brown left at the plate. He had a 1-2 count, but he will be up with a fresh count when he comes back up in the 6th. The Indians trailing 5-3, looking to try and cut it down some more as we head to the top of the 6th inning here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
This is for the person stuck in the office. The 9-to-5er. The person who eats, sleeps, and drinks the outdoors. During business hours, you play the part. And in the mountains, you're home. But on the water, you go with the flow. This is for the angler, the hiker, the hunter, the adventurer in you. Shop one of over 80 locations.
Swimming season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Leading off the top of the sixth inning for Roseburg, number 18, right fielder Jet Black.
Top of the sixth inning. Roseburg baseball here on The Score is brought to you by Travel Leaders, Flyaway Travel. First pitch swinging for Jet Black, who is back at the plate after being at the plate when the final out was made on the base paths in the top of the fifth. And first pitch swinging, he flies out to right field for out number one. So it'll be Garrett Russell in next with one out and nobody on base. Roseburg trails 5-3 here as we're starting out the sixth inning. First pitch to Russell. Now misses for ball one. Russell 0 for 1 here in this game with 2 walks and a stolen base. He'll take a strike on the inside corner to even up his count, 1-1. Well, let's take a look at your Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update, your local scoreboard update. We've got scores from the Southwest Conference as well as the NBA. Soft liner towards second. It's taken by Zach Minigat for out number 2. There's 2 away for the Indians. Taking a look at the NBA, the Portland Trailblazers at halftime trail 58-56 against the New Orleans Pelicans in an elimination game. The Blazers lose and they're done for the season as a pitch outside for ball one against Caden Johnson, who stands in. From the Southwest Conference, Sheldon baseball winning 4-3 over Willamette in game 1 of their doubleheader. Strike called against Caden, evens it up at a 1-1 count. So Sheldon 1, South Eugene 1. They're both closing in on Roseburg a little bit. It's a pitch called for a strike against Johnson, gives him a 1-2 count. South Medford 1. North Medford idle today, so they're not moving anywhere. 1-2 pitch for Johnson, just outside, and on the mound, Tristan Vidal. He thought that was ball or strike 3. He was on his way back to the dugout as that one came in. He'll work out of the windup, a 2-2 pitch here for Johnson. Breaking ball, and it's fouled away down the third base side. So Roseburg at the top of their lineup right now, they will have, we'll see where they're at. If this is the final out of the sixth inning, they'll have the 3, 4, 5 hitters due up with their final at-bats in the seventh. 2-2, Johnson chasing. That one fouled up and over the backstop and out of play. Stays a 2-2 count for Caden. He's 1 for 1 in the game. Had a bloop single in the first, hit by a pitch in the second for an RBI, and walked in the fourth. Wind up and deliver for Vidal. Breaking ball again up in the air. Fouled first base side. Could be playable. Just in front of the Roseburg dugout. Catch is made by the first baseman, Trey Nelson. And Roseburg will be down to their final 3 outs to try and make up 2 runs, at least as it stands right now, as we sit in the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th, still a 5-3 lead in favor of South Eugene. Back after this 60-second break here on 1490 The Score.
Oh, yeah, that's the good stuff. You know what I like. That's right. Give me some of that.
Sir, you're creeping out everyone else in line.
Sorry. I mean, could I get onions on that?
With all the lean meats, fresh veggies, and tasty toppings to choose from at Pita Pit, eating healthy is something to get excited about. Just not too excited. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Bottom of the 6th inning, it'll be Hunter Brown, the catcher, leading things off for South Eugene as they lead 5-3. 2-0 count after the first couple of pitches from Cody Johnson, outside and low. Coming up, we'll have our Roseburg Disposal post-game show for you, so stay tuned for that in the post-game. We'll recap this game 2 and see how the Indians finish things out as a pitch called for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Breaking ball in the dirt, it'll go to a 3-1 count for the leadoff man, Hunter Brown. Brown today, he is 0 for 2 in the game with a pair of strikeouts. Mentioned that as he was at the plate in the 5th inning, but the final out was made on the bases, so he gets to hit again. Strike in there, called for a strike. He thought the 3-1 pitch was not on the mark and thought it was ball 4. He'll stand back in, a 3-2 pitch coming. Can Cody get another payoff pitch? No, misses low and outside for ball 4. So Hunter Brown draws the walk, gets on base for the first time in the ball game. Zach Minigat will stand in next. Man on first, nobody out. His team up 5-3. Minigat is 1 for 2 in the ball game. Had a bloop double to right field, one that was misplayed by the outfielders, but nobody got a hand on it. Falls in. And that was a big one. That put South Eugene in front. They lead 5-3. Squares the bunt, not there. And throw down to first, not in time. So that pitch just misses for ball 1, and the pickoff throw not in time. 1-0 count. Oh, no, he says 0-1. Excuse me, it was called a strike. I thought it looked like it. Scoreboard put up a ball. The 0-1 delivery from Johnson. Squaring to bunt again. Throw down to first, not in time again. The umpire's just not making many calls. I'm assuming that's going to be a ball. Whoops. So it's a 1-1 count. That one didn't look all that bad either. Throw over to first. Diving back to the bag goes Hunter Brown. Minigat trying to lay down the sack bunt to move the runner over. He will square, pitches inside, a look down to first. No throw by Terrell. 2 balls, 1 strike now against the second baseman for the Axe. Squares the bunt, does put it down. Throw to first base for Cody Johnson off the mound. He'll field it, and he does get the out. A sack bunt for Zach Minigat. 1 away, up to second base goes Hunter Brown. So they get the out, but a man into scoring position. Connor Marsh stands in, 1 for 2 in this ball game. His third at bat. Had a line drive single to right field back in the second inning for his hit. Swings and fouls one back for strike 1 to lead off his at bat. Marsh has had a pretty good day. I believe 3 hits total. Breaking ball just misses inside. Evens things up. 1-1 count. Caden Johnson holding the runner on out at second. Returns back to his spot. Cody will fire in, and the pitch is inside for a 2-1 count. Out at second base, you've got Hunter Brown. Reached on a walk and was sacrificed over to second base. 2 balls, 1 strike. The throw in goes outside, and it's a 3-1 count. Indians will start to get somebody loose down in the bullpen. Mason Littlefield looks like he's going to start throwing. We have not had a pitching change for Roseburg in the doubleheader as of yet. Cody's 3-1 pitch, ball 4. First and second with 1 out now for South Eugene. Second walk issued here in the 6th inning. And that's going to prompt a visit to the mound for pitching coach Richie Charles. And the Indians, they haven't really gotten their warm-up pitches in down on the bullpen down there, which was still covered up with tarps. 2 walks here in this frame. It's going to make it 4 walks total in the ball game for Cody Johnson. Trey Nelson, the first baseman, scheduled to hit next for South Eugene. He is 0 for 2 in the contest. Coming up in the postgame show, we'll name our Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning player of the game for the Roseburg Indians, so stay tuned for that. Had a nice message after I absent-mindedly forgot to announce that in the postgame a couple of games ago. Got a nice message from Cody Johnson's grandma, who apparently, I think they tune in from Nevada, I believe is what I remember hearing. And she wanted to know who the player of the game was. I think that game it was Jonathan Stone, but it was a game that Cody's younger brother, Caden, had a very nice game and was a candidate for the award as well. It's good to know that people actually pay attention and look forward to those things. Trey Nelson will stand in. First pitch swinging from Johnson. It's in the air out to right field. This one's going to go over the head of Jet Black. He'll race to get to it. Nelson heading for 2. The relay throw to the plate not going to be in time. That had Hunter Brown out at second. I think a little fool, didn't get a great break, but he's able to come all the way around to score. And a first pitch double for Trey Nelson.
Center fielder Gordon Brunson.
I'm not sure if Jet Black was playing in, if he didn't get a good read on that. Might have been a combination of both. But that one well over his head. Falls in for a double, and it's now 6-3. South Eugene in front. First pitch fouled away by Brunson. So runners at second and third, 1 away, an 0-1 count at the plate for Brunson. Johnson pitches in. That one's in the air right side, headed towards the bullpen and out of play. That'll be strike 2 against the 9-hitter who's 0 for 2 in this ball game. So the Indians will have 3 outs to try and at least get 3 runs to tie this one up. At least that's how it stands right now. Still need 2 more outs here in the bottom of the 6th to try and get out of this one. That one was called for. That one must have missed inside. Ball 1. Thought the umpire signaled that was a strike. There is strike 3. A big punch out for Cody. And that's another good vibration strikeout there for the Indians. 2 away. Runners at second and third still. A 1 run in so far. 2 outs. Top of the lineup here, Tristan Vidal. Will swing and miss at strike 1. First run in since the 3rd inning. Another pitch in for a strike. Vidal with the 0-2 count. Johnson gets it in there. Strike 3 called. Finishes it off with back-to-back strikeouts for Cody. And he will get out of things here in the 6th, but 1 run in. And the Roseburg Indians will trail 6-3 as we head to the top of the 7th. Final 3 outs for him to try and tie this one up here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Douglas County is your home, but no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us. Through every adventure, we'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide. Through every triumph, we'll be there every step of the way with a home mortgage. And through all life's little quirks, we'll be there with one-on-one support to get you back on the road in no time. Neighbors are there for each other, and that's exactly who we are. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
Final inning coming up. The Roseburg Indians trail 6-3 against the South Eugene Axemen. Roseburg 3 runs on 6 hits, 1 error. South Eugene at 6 runs on 7 hits, 2 errors. Leading things off for Roseburg, it'll be Doran Gillespie, and he takes the first pitch for strike 1. Gillespie in game 2, 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts. He has struck out in some big moments. Excuse me, it's not Gillespie, it's going to be Littlefield that comes in to hit here. And he'll hit a soft line drive right side that's caught by the first baseman, Trey Nelson. So Mason Littlefield standing in for Doran Gillespie, and he's out number 1.
Now pinch hitting for the Indians, number 8, Luke Lucido.
Luke Lucido will come in, and he'll get his first at-bat of the season. On the Indians, I did not know if we'd see Luke anytime soon. But Luke Lucido will get a chance to hit, and he takes his first pitch for strike 1. He has been out all season with a shoulder injury, finally cleared to play, and he'll get his first at-bat, and he takes strike 2. And it's quickly an 0-2 count against Luke. The 0-2 pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. A 1-2 pitch. Vidal delivers, and Lucido will hit a ground ball towards short. Bryce Betcher up with it, throw to first for out number 2. So Luke unable to do anything in his first at-bat of the season, but nonetheless, good to see him back into the ball game. And Zach Mandera will hit now. Zach looking to try and find a way to get on base. The Indians need 3 runs to try and tie this one up somehow. But they're down to their final out. And the first pitch a strike as Vidal continues to throw bullets. The 0-1 pitch to Mandera, just outside. The 1-1 pitch from Vidal. And it misses, a 2-1 count. Mandera hitting with 2 outs and nobody on. Swing and a miss. Well, it's just not been Roseburg's day. They've been making some uncharacteristic mistakes. And they have just not been able to utilize the base hits the way that South Eugene has. 2-2 pitch, high. That'll go to ball 3. Full count now for Zach. 2 outs, nobody on base. The Indians need base runners here, trailing by 3 in the top of the 7th. The 3-2 delivery from Vidal is fouled away. Coming up, we will go to a quick Roseburg Disposal post-game show, so stay tuned for that, and then we'll try to get you to the Blazers game for the second half of their playoff game, Elimination Game 4. This 7th inning has been brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. The 3-2 pitch for Zach gets underneath it. It's in the air. Foul territory, could be playable. The catcher, Hunter Brown, underneath it for the final out. And that'll wrap things up. Roseburg swept today against South Eugene. And that means that the Axe will take the series as they win Game 2 after winning Game 1. And they will hold the tiebreaker against the Indians if it comes to that later on in the season. Final score is 6-3. South Eugene takes the victory in Game 2. We will come back and recap it all for you quickly and then send you off to Blazers basketball when we return after this 2-minute break here on CBS Sports Radio 1490, The Score.
And South Eugene High School thanks you for supporting Axe Baseball for attending this afternoon's game.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
This is for the person stuck in the office. The 9-to-5er. The person who eats, sleeps, and drinks outdoors. During business hours, you play the part. And in the mountains, you're home. But on the water, you go with the flow. This is for the angler, the hiker, the hunter, the adventurer, and you. Shop one of over 80 locations.
Oh, yeah. That's the good stuff. You know what I like. That's right. Give me some of that.
Sir, you're creeping out everyone else in line.
Sorry. I mean, could I get onions on that?
With all the lean meats, fresh veggies, and tasty toppings to choose from at Pita Pit, eating healthy is something to get excited about. Just not too excited. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Wrapping things up here as the Roseburg Indians fall 6-3 in Game 2 of our doubleheader. Not the best day for the Indians today. They'll try to right the ship as they turn the page from today's doubleheader loss against South Eugene and get ready for a single game at Grants Pass coming up on Tuesday next week. Joey Kieran here with you from South Eugene High School. Back in the studio, Brenton Cranford running things for us there. We'll soon jump away to Blazers basketball for you as Portland in Game 4 of their first-round playoff series against New Orleans. They are in the middle of the third quarter there, 81-71 your score. It looks like things not going as well for the Blazers today as they are needing it to go as well. Quickly wrap things up here for Game 2. A reminder that Game 1 was a 5-4 victory in favor of South Eugene. 6-3 here in Game 2. Taking a look at the Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update. Roseburg 3 runs on 6 hits, 1 error, 8 men left on base. South Eugene 6 runs on 7 hits. There were 2 errors and 4 men left on base. Picking up the win will be Tristan Vidal. And for Vidal in this one, he pitches 5 innings after Bryce Betcher pitched the first 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Vidal comes in. He gives up 4 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts for him, but he picks up the victory. Taking the loss will be Cody Johnson. Pitches 6 innings, gave up 7 hits, 6 runs, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts, and 1 hit batter. Taking a look at some of the offensive numbers in this one. Well, first the runs come in. South Eugene 2 in the first. Roseburg tied it up with 2 in the second. Then 3 runs in the bottom of the third put South Eugene in front 5-2. Roseburg would get 1 back in the fifth to make it 5-3, but South Eugene would get it back in the bottom of the sixth to make it 6-3, your final score. For South Eugene, Tristan Vidal with a single in the first for his only hit of the game. Dylan Edwards had a single in the first for his only hit, goes 1 for 1 with 2 walks and a run scored. Bryce Betcher goes 1 for 3 in the Game 2 with 2 runs scored. Caden Miller goes 1 for 2 with a single, a stolen base, and a sacrifice fly with an RBI. Let's see, Zach Minigat had a double with 2 RBIs in the third. Connor Marsh goes 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. Trey Nelson had a double in the sixth, and that is your offense for South Eugene. On the other side for the Indians, let's see here. Jonathan Stone picked up a couple of hits in the ballgame, 2 hits, and scored a run, also had a walk as he continues to swing a hot stick. Caden Johnson with a hit in the game. Zach Mandera and Cody Johnson and Jet Black all having hits in the game as well. This is the Roseburg Disposal post-game show. Let them make the run to the dump for you. That's Roseburg Disposal. Well, as we get wrapping up here quickly, we will name our Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning Player of the Game. Your best choice for the finest indoor comfort control. Call them today at 672-6707. That is Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning. Your Player of the Game for Roseburg, tough one here with not a lot of great stuff to really write home about, but let's see here. I'm going to give it to Jonathan Stone for going 2 for 2 in the ballgame with a run scored and a walk in there as well. Jonathan Stone, your player of the game. We're going to have to wrap it up there, folks, as we'll send you off to Blazers basketball, game 4 of their first round series. They're in the third quarter. Portland trailing 87-72 at the moment. It looks like they may be headed to elimination, but we'll bring it to you and see if they can have a comeback and force a game 5. We'll take it to there next. Coming up next for Roseburg, they will be on the road at Grants Pass coming up on Tuesday at 4:30. Make sure you tune in for coverage of that one. We'll have it for you starting at 4:15 here on The Score. I want to say thanks to South Eugene High School for hosting us here today. As always, a thanks to Athletic Director Russ Bolin, Head Coach Troy Thompson, and the entire Roseburg baseball program for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg baseball here on The Score. Thanks to Brenton Cranford back in the studio for his production work today, and as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for today's broadcast, because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I also appreciate you putting up with all the technical issues that we have with the video stream. We will try to get that better as we continue on with the season, figure out what's been plaguing us all season long. But we'll get it figured out, don't you worry. We'll wrap it up there, folks. We'll send you to Blazers basketball next here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.